Hi everyone. This is Ananya Ratnam. I am a business data analyst. But before we dive deep into what my professional life looked like, I wanted to share where I'm from. So I come from a very small town in Uttar Pradesh, that is Magalganj, and I did my schooling from there, and then I went to Chandigarh for my bachelor's degree, and I completed that back in 2022. I started my full-time employment in 2023, and that's the time where I was into a very non-technical role, and eventually I was not very keen towards learning, and I was not enjoying that role much. So I thought of suddenly in my YouTube, when I was scrolling through YouTube, I saw one of the videos of this girl, Manya Tyagi, and she was into data, and I saw that how from a non-technical background she got into a technical background, and how she started her journey. And I was like, भगवान, यही है मौका मेरे पास, मेरी ज़िंदगी का जो मुझे मिला है. तो मैं ऑल ऑफ अ सडन आई वॉज इन टू दिस जोन, एंड आई वॉज लाइक कि लेट्स जस्ट गो फॉर इट. मतलब आई वॉज वेरी इंस्पायर्ड बाय हर जर्नी, एंड आई वॉज लाइक कि इफ़ शी कैन डू इट, why can't I? So started learning Google Sheets, and seriously telling, I have absolutely no idea how I got here, because I studied commerce, I was into a different role. I couldn't have told you what SQL or Power BI stood for me for 2 years ago, and somehow I am now the person building dashboards, communicating with stakeholders, presenting data strategies to CEO, automating dashboards. And sometimes I actually don't believe that this is me and who is doing all those things. So today I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, and because I think a lot of people are in the same position, and I was in back 2 years back at least, and nobody is making actually video regarding the same thing which has happened with me. So let me start with where I actually was, coming from a commerce background, BBA degree, and after graduation I went into a different role, because that felt like the logical next step for someone who did not do engineering. So but eventually, about a year in, I kept noticing that the people getting ahead from me were into different companies, and they were the ones who could work with data. So not necessarily they were into coding, but just to understand it, or just to present in, and used to make good decisions out of it. So I started learning Google Sheets properly then, and not just the some part or VLOOKUP. I mean, really learning it. So pivot tables, complex problems, eventually Google Apps Scripts, which is basically a beginner friendly coding language, but right into Sheets. So here's the thing that nobody actually tells you, that the huge part of being a data analyst isn't the technical stuff. It's the communication. It's being able to sit with CEO or a department head and translate what the numbers are saying into decisions. And they can't act on, and that I could do. So when I applied for a business analyst role, I didn't pretend to have a technical skills, which I didn't have. I led with what I did have. So structured thinking, communication skills, the ability to learn fast. I got the job, and then I learned everything else on the job on my own with free resources. So free resources, as in the SQL for SQL Board, completely free, browser based, no downloads. Microsoft Learn for Power BI, that was absolutely free. Official training from the Microsoft, Google Apps Script, built in Google Sheets, just started using it. And honestly, YouTube, so much YouTube. So if you're watching this and you have been told that you're not a technical enough for a tech career, I want you to hear this clearly. The technical skills are learnable in weeks, not in years, with free resources. What's harder to learn is the communication, is the stakeholder management, it's the ability to turn messy data into clear story. If you already have that, you are already closer than you think. So subscribe if you want the full breakdown. I'll be posting exactly what I learned in what order, with links to every free resource I used, and the next video will be every week, and whatever you want me to do it, I would be absolutely posting regarding that. So just subscribe, hit a like button, and any comments you want to share, or whatever you want to share from your end, what all you did, or any questions you have from your end which you want me to answer it, you can definitely comment down. Any topics you want me to work upon, you can also comment down in the below. I'll be definitely coming up with a new one. Thank you.